Hey there, Sidharth Shah here. Welcome to this interview where I have with me another Sidharth, Sidharth Shah. And welcome to the Hall of Fame because Sidharth was able to achieve 6.25 lakhs in the last 25 days of implementing the model over here. And he is the master licensee, I would say the licensee of the Napoleon Hill Foundation. So he's bringing in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich principles into India. And for me, it's truly an honor and privilege to be interviewing you, Sidharth. Great to have you on this interview, and congratulations for
Likewise.
achieving the results.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me here.
Welcome. Superb. So before we get into the numbers, I know you've done 6,25,347 rupees in the last 25 days. We'll talk about that later. But how were you able to bring Napoleon Hill's teachings to India, and what drew you towards Napoleon Hill's teachings? Let's start from that point.
Yeah, it's a good question. And so I bumped on the first book of Think and Grow Rich. Let me just pull it out from here. So this was the pocket edition of Think and Grow Rich, which was my first edition, which I got in my first year of MBA, which was in 1997 when I was doing my MBA. And I just got connected with the principles. And the difficult part was I just read it like any other book. And I just kept on reading books. But when something happened in my life, when I was into my family business and there was a roller coaster ride and my life was not moving the way it was supposed to move, CA, MBA, potential, but somewhere something was missing. And I just got this reconnected to this particular principles. And my sixth sense told me I need to go to the foundation and understand the real secret to Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
So I went over there. I completed the curriculum. It's a 3-level curriculum from the US parent. And while I was doing the curriculum, I got the opportunity that, hey, Sidharth, we are looking out for a person who is committed, who believes in these particular principles. Then why don't you look it for India as a master franchisee or the licensee? Yeah. And I just jumped in, and it's been 3.5 years, and it's been an amazing journey where I've been coaching on the principles of Think and Grow Rich and learning a lot.
Amazing. Yeah. So it's been 3 years since you have been doing this. This is your full-time, activity? So you're actually, or you have your other business also, or is this your main core business?
No. So, as we talk of burning desire, so no plan B, no plan B for
no
me.
plan B. Yes.
No plan B. When you just burn the bridges. And so this is the classic edition of Think and Grow Rich from the foundation. Amazing. It's all gold and all. So I read it every day. I study it every day. Yeah.
And I also have Law of Success. It's there in my bookshelf. I mean, that is like that's the Bible, I would say.
That's the Bible. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Superb. Right. So tell me, what were you doing before you came into my coaching model? I know we met in December at one of the events, but before that, what was your format of promoting the teachings of Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah. So we typically followed a classic classroom-based program approach where we used to do programs. We used to do preview programs, introduction programs, and from there we used to build the funnel and bring it to our longer duration programs where the money is. Okay. And where we can make an impact, because we truly believe that a day or two is not sufficient for the principles to be changing the mindset. It requires a continuous intervention. So we used to do offline programs, and I stabilized on the Mumbai batch since last 2 years. We have got 2 parallel batches running in Mumbai, and that was like stable. And then I decided that if this model is working in Mumbai, let me expand to different cities. So we expanded in Pune, we expanded in Delhi, and our batches were rolling out. And my vision was to have 25 cities of Think and Grow Rich programs happening simultaneously.
Nice.
And 100 leaders over there who will be leading the programs. So that's the vision of it. So that was a model prior to and the entire online thing just came in because of the situation around. And so that was the model prior to what this.
So you would be doing like a preview sessions, and then you would put them into batches. That's how it would be. So you would drive the preview sessions and talk about the benefits of it and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was.
So when did you get into my course, and what did you start to change in your model of marketing? Yeah.
So this was again like serendipity. I was there with you, and when I came home from the particular course in December, and I was speaking to my mastermind, my better half, that this was the learnings of the course, and she said, Sidharth, I've got a course for you. This is something extra learning for you. What have you done? I've got so much of things to implement, and this. This you have to do. And I've already swiped the card, and you got to do this. So And you know what? I just sat on it because my goals were just like, I was focusing more on offline. You know, my targets were offline, and I just sat on that the course, and I didn't do anything about it. But when the first impact of the coronavirus thing, you know, set in, when my first program got cancelled in Delhi, and I cancelled the program, my family didn't allow me to travel. At that time, I thought that this is not going to move. You know, something has to be thought differently. And this was, I think, on 15th of March, my program got cancelled. So from that day onwards, I logged into your first model, the freedom business model. And as you say, you know, I mean, I'm a fast learner, and I also started applying things. And I mean, I was sitting at home, but I was learning, grinding it out. And I started applying things and started also applying monetizing. It was a simultaneous approach for me because content was there. Content was there for me. So that was the different thing which I did post your program, and I started learning and applying.
So in March, actually from March, the last 25 days is where you went like full on.
Yeah. Like necessity is the mother of invention. You know, you don't have anything else to do. Yeah.
There's nothing else to do. That's the only way. Yeah. Awesome. So tell me what elements did you take from my my courses, and how did you apply it, like for you to get the results?
Right. So there are two important aspects. One is the hard skills, the technological part of it, where I focused on some of the tools, some of the automation tools, some of the systems and processes which are a must if you want to scale this model up. Okay. So that was the technological part. So I had to really, you know, really unlearn some things and go back into the basics like A, B, C, and step-by-step iterations. And you get frustrated in the middle of the night and some things are not working, and you're like, oh, let me get a cup of coffee. I'm dozing off. But yeah, that was a grind which I went through. So that was one aspect which I applied, your technical things. And when I completed all your videos, I mean, not just the first 3 days in the model, every video I saw it. You know, I saw it and I implemented it. I didn't miss out a single minute of was there as a bonus also. I didn't consider it as a bonus. I applied it before I jumped into the second one. Okay, but I applied it. The second thing which I learned is I saw your style of conducting webinars, which is like a soft part of doing this business, where how exactly you enroll, how exactly you build up the space, and how exactly you keep these state changes happening on the webinar. So that's a different ball game. And I used to do state changes and holding the room in classrooms. But this is a different ball game. So I could divide the learnings in two broad categories. That's the way it made a big difference.
So the technology skills, and are you a technical person in background wise, or?
I'm a chartered accountant and an MBA. So not an engineer. So it was like, but I'm a fast learner. And when I learn, I apply. You know, someone somewhere mentioned to me that, oh, he's sitting on a gold mine. And I said, oh, I pity that person. You're just sitting on the gold mine. You have to mine it, man. Mine the gold. So that's really hit me. They have to mine the gold. Yeah.
Awesome. So now, if you have to build your funnels and build your systems, you're hands-on now. You can do it.
No, so I can do it. I can do it on my own, but I want to take it to the next level where my cost per lead needs to be there. The traffic needs to be the way it has to be there. I mean, I would have never imagined that I could tap people from as far as Darjeeling, Nagaland. Wow. I mean, Salem, I mean, Nagpur, Palanpur, Dehradun, Lucknow. I mean, all these people are fans of Think and Grow Rich, and I would have never have reached them.
Yes.
By doing classroom programs. And I'm making a difference in their lives. You know, I'm completely believing in resonating, like adding value. I mean, really add 10x value and give your most of it. And bang, the principles are going to work automatically. You know, if you do that, it's going to work for that. Yeah.
Amazing. So the technical skills is what you mastered, and then you went into the hard skills.
Yeah.
I have my son over here.
Yeah, sure. Hi.
Yeah, that's the beauty about doing a home-based business, you know.
Yeah.
One second, let him just go.
Then you want to click a click? Right. Yeah. You're blessed. You know, I'm also a father of 2 boys.
Father of 2 boys, huh? Good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So, how old are they? How old are your?
The elder one is 18 and the younger one is 15.
Wow. Okay, so, I can't make out your. You're a very good-looking father. Yeah, and young father. Yeah, nice.
Thank
My
you.
elder one is 8, and second one is just going to turn 2 now. Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. Okay, great. Yeah. So I can completely resonate having 2 boys in the house and you doing all of this stuff. You know, it's a challenge for you.
Yes. Everyone thinks like home-based business is really cool and all that, but
Yeah.
you know how much noise is that there at home. So before I
Yeah.
do a recording webinar, I need to really prep up before I do it. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's the beauty about this game. So
Yeah.
you were
In
telling me
fact,
that.
looking
Yeah.
at my success story,
Mm.
my elder one started on social media. I mean, picking up clients, charging 5K per month, posting every day, doing all that creative. So he's also getting into the zone
Nice,
that
nice.
what is possible for him. He's getting his own AirPods. He's buying
Mm.
his own AirPods through his earnings. That's the best part.
Fantastic, fantastic. Nice. So you were sharing with me that you got your technical skills. You know, you were able to
Yeah.
apply fast. I mean, that was your secret weapon. Like
Yeah.
as you're learning fast, you're also applying simultaneously fast, and you also got understood the whole webinar based delivery model, and the
Yeah.
selling model is a different ball game compared to offline, even though
Yeah.
some elements will be there.
Right.
So uh, tell us about how was your experience doing the first webinar, like your first ever online from offline to online. What was it like?
It was a tough game. I mean, when I did my first webinar, I was like, "Oh God, crap! This is so tough." I mean, how can you just keep your emotions? How can you just keep on talking to the screen and looking at the particular black dot on your Mac? I mean, it was crazy, and and all of this happening on the screen, that you need to see the next slide if you're not clear with the flow. You need to see the chat boxes. You need to see if some comments are coming in, and whether how many participants are still there, especially when the selling part starts, or when you want to actually pitch your product. How do you build up the space? How do you build a crescendo? And how do you actually make them click on the link? So I mean, the first webinar, I was like, oh, I was tearing my hair. Oh gosh, I don't want to do this, but yeah, that was a tough part. The first one was tough. It was prior to you starting a program. I mean, I just did it without starting a program. So that was one.
Okay, okay. How many webinars have you done till now? Like if you started in March, so it's been over a month. Like how many
Yeah.
sessions have you had till now?
So let me just give you a ballpark figure. I think I should have done uh, about eight, about eight,
8 sessions. Okay,
yeah, eight webinars. Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
And through those 8 webinars, you were able to achieve 53 registrations.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
around 6.25 lakhs.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience. Like what was that feeling like when you did your first, where you saw the money hit your InstaMojo or your
Yeah.
payment gateway? What was that feeling like?
Well, I showed it to my family, that this is a new way of, your papa is getting money now, sitting at home, and and they also were really excited about it. Because Siddharth, I know my wife was saying, Siddharth, you really, put up your efforts, and you're busy, more busier before Corona than what you are right now. I can see that you are,
Yeah,
in the night also you're being awake and hardly sleep, and so it's a lot of effort. I mean, the results which are showing in is because of the law of compensation. You give what you
correct.
get. So it is not just that you're just going to sit on it, it's not going to work. But for me, the best part was the content was there. So the flow was there. I was doing it day in and day out. So that
Yes.
supported me.
Mm.
So it was an amazing experience, and I'm going to
Mm.
take it to the next level and impact more and more lives with Think and Grow Rich principle.
Amazing. So what is your vision now for the rest of this year? Like how many people do you want to reach? What kind of numbers you're looking at?
I can easily say that with the speed which I'm going, and building up this money making machine
Mm.
as like a on God
Yeah.
mode,
Mm.
where impacting people's lives and building communities, and of course taking support systems as well, because I can
Mm.
see that answering to the mailers, and it will require some support systems for me
Yes.
to take it up forward,
Mm.
so that only then I'll be able to do justice. But in talk of numbers, I think conservatively 1,000 people by year end is very easy.
Very
Very
possible.
easy. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Conservative housing is very possible. Maybe if I am able to amp it up and bring up traffic, and if the referrals start to come in from internally, from people who
Mm.
get value after
Yeah.
doing the 90-day program, then
Mm.
maybe even 5,000 it's not a far off thing. It is easily
Easy.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you also doing a weekly inner circle call, like only for the paid members? You're doing that?
Yes, so even
Mm.
that I thought of, I need to add value. I just cannot sit on it. So in
Mm.
fact, today evening I've got a call, and I had promised a monthly call.
Okay.
But again, coming to your masterminds and seeing how much value you add, and I'm a part of a hackathon, April
Mm.
hackathon, and where you said,
Yeah.
okay, we are running out of time. Let's do it on this day. Let's do
Mm.
it, and
Mm.
that inspired me, and I immediately thought of I'm going to promise less
Mm.
and deliver more. So I'm going to do a weekly mastermind,
Mm.
and I'm also doing mastermind for my batches, physical people, the participants who are there. So
Yeah.
even they should not lose the space. So I'm doing a
Mm.
mastermind for them as well. So then I'm adding bonuses to them as well.
Very nice. I'm sure. I mean, when you do that, you'll also see the tribe building, like, and the
Yeah.
bonding will connect. And now I've also launched something like freedom meetups, so
Yeah.
online meetups. So as your community grows, you can start to empower them. And, right now I'm not in those meetups. Right now, 11 o'clock meetup has started. One of people are doing it and there are 100 people out there. That way you can start to decentralize your entire,
I love that model. I
building.
mean, that's the best way to build up communities.
Yes.
I just entered yesterday on the My Network thing, and I entered the Mumbai meetup model. So I could, use a prototype and inspire from you and get this thing done for our Think and Grow Rich also.
Definitely. Like when you said that you want to create, 100 cities, 100 leaders, them driving forward Napoleon Hill's message. I think just model the system. This is what works like magic.
Exactly. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. So based on all the learnings, so you've been through different forms of learnings, you've attended different seminars, probably bought many courses. What were the top 3 things that you found very useful in my course compared to the other things that you would have been through? What really helped you accelerate your growth? Like what would be the 3 things that come to your mind?
Right. So the first thing which, I mean, the learnings are there, but the 3 unique things which I could mention, which are really, really profound and which has made a big difference is, number 1 is the direct approach of what needs to be done. I mean, the shortest, fastest, and the easiest way. That is what is I like about it, rather than making it a long story. But you cut it short, and this is the shortest, and that's based upon the hard work which you have put across. I mean, you must have tried 10 different ways, and then you must have selected that one best way. So that is one unique thing which I found, and that is there for all the tools. And the second thing which I found was your commitment to add value. I mean, that's very, it is there in world-class coaches and trainers, but it just comes out of you every time when you are there on the screen and when you are answering a question, and it's something which is there you want to impact the other person and really add value. Not in terms of monetary terms, but most of the, mastermind meet, even yesterday, you were not talking about online, you were talking about really the value system which are important for a person to grow. So I mean, that is very a unique thing. It's a combination of technical skills and your spirituality, which is a unique combination. And third thing, it's very cool, casual thing. It's not like you got to, really be there in the space and having a protocol. But yeah, it's a cool, casual atmosphere. It's fun. I'm also playing the keyboard, the blinding lights. I'm going to have cut out a video on that, and so all of that is happening. It's a cool thing. So that's where the results are going to show up.
Thank you, Sidharth. I mean, really means a lot. I mean, because whenever I do this interview, I like to find out, okay, what was the factors that inspired you? And now when you're mentioning this, now I am realizing, okay, maybe what I'm doing is right here. So thank you for that. Superb. So, I mean, this was an amazing interview. I think you guys, you are doing some great work now to carry forward Napoleon Hill's message. I think that is the need of the hour. Like people need to see, Napoleon Hill is like the father of the whole personal development industry. Like he's the person who actually compiled that. So if you want to tune into Sidharth's work, in the description, I've actually put some links over there. Go and check it out and tune into his programs and see how you can go deeper into the Think and Grow Rich philosophy, which is I would say the ultimate philosophy for success. The success system that never fails.
Yes.
I think also it all comes from that point. So you can check it out. And if any of you here watching this, if you're watching this on YouTube or on my Facebook page, please share your comments below. What were your key learnings from today's interview that I did with Sidharth? And Sidharth, what message would you have for the audience over here? People who have the knowledge, who have some expertise, they want to go out there, but there's something that's stopping them. So based on what you've learned from Napoleon Hill and the stuff that we're doing over here, what advice would you give them? What would be your golden words for people who need that breakthrough?
I think it's a no-brainer, take up your program, the first one program. It's a complete no-brainer. I mean, not a second iota of doubt should be there. I mean, every person has got his own story. Every person has got his own experience. And you craft the story in such a way that you're going to take to the next level. And of course, it's a great combination. I mean, the way which you are coaching and training and being a digital coach, which you're going to, that's your focus area, being a freedom, digital entrepreneur, combined with the principles of success of Think and Grow Rich. I think it's a killer combination. If you do that, I mean, you're sorted. I mean, it's hardly any investment for your life. Tons and tons of value which you're going to count. So that's the way I would say for people watching this video or on any platform, just jump in. I mean, this is the best value for money which you could get for.
Thank you. Thank you, Sidharth. So keep watching out for more of my interviews. Truly an honor to have you in this interview, Sidharth. And may you go out there and inspire the world with what you're doing. And let's change the world together. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah.